So let's look at the data mapping process when it comes to artificial intelligence and automated decision making. It's important from compliance point of view. You need to explain the logics that you use in AI and ADM, right? So it has to be mapped properly. Applications need to be created properly because there is personal as well as sensitive data being processed under ADM also. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about a process of mapping AI and ADM, you can say applications. Mapping, which is a very basic process of identifying, categorizing, and tracking personal data or data as of privacy. So we talk of personal data, but data mapping can be done for any kind of data. And then it helps us out, document very well as to what kind of data we have, where is it coming from, how is it being processed inside the organization. And when it comes to AI, right, the definition is added upon. It's not only being processed, it's also being combined and transformed because data is coming from multiple sources. So it has to be combined. Maybe a third destination is to be created by merging multiple sources, finding out relevant data out of it, and transformed to take a automatic decision, right? This is how the automatic decisions are taken. And of course, there are algorithms defined for each of these, like combination, how would the combination happen, how would the transformation happen, right? So then the decision making happens according to those algorithms. Data collection sources could be identifying and capturing data sources fed inside the AI system. For example, a CRM, a customer database, a website, social media, third-party providers, external sensors like IoT, wearable devices, and machines, right? These are all the various mechanisms through which the data is captured and utilized for taking automatic decisions. You need to track all these sources and purpose of each of these sources. And then you need to apply those principles of privacy like data minimization and purpose limitation, etc. Right? So that's the first step. In the second step, then you need to define the logic of mapping, document how data feeds into the AI model, capture what factors are more important for AI. Are these attributes misappropriately important? Right? Are they wrongly done? Where is the human insight required? For example, if the CIBIL is less than 600, uh, loan is rejected. If it's more than 800, loan is accepted without any cross checks. But if it is in between, like between 600, 700, 750 kinds of things, then the loan or the credit card needs extra evaluation. A lot of companies have created those algorithms as well that AI can take decisions, but for many companies still there could be a human check required there. So from a set of 100 applications, maybe only 10 fall in this. So the human effort required is only on 10 applications, right? But the entire process has to be very well met, and the logic of how the data is being used and an outcome taken out of it has to be mapped very, very carefully. GDPR Article 22 says that you have to explain the logic of decision making, how AI makes decisions, how is logic mapped for the AI systems. The data outputs and decision recipients, again, the output could go to many things. It includes databases, it includes your internal teams like risk management. They would know that if the loan or the card is approved, then it's good. It's high rejected, it's okay. Maybe good from their point of view because then the risk for the financial loss for the organization is reduced because the CIBIL is less than 600. So you take those precautions. But then the output has to go to the risk management team, to the CRMs, and therefore you need to be very careful. What kind of output are you expecting, and how is it being moved, how is it being inferred, and what is the kind of access that people have on the output? The output here is the important thing that needs the governance, right? Role-based access, security, encryption, anonymization, all are important aspects when it comes to getting the output out of it. As a summary, first you need to make sure that you do end-to-end data mapping, which includes identifying and documenting data sources, mapping pre-processing and transformations, capture decision logics, track outputs and recipients. Tracking outputs, very important. How is it entering into the system of the recipient and how is it protected there? Another very, very critical aspect. Document all the feedback loops. If there's still a question and it has to go to reprocessing, what is the question? What situations would it go to reprocessing and what are the triggers for it, right? Then from the outcome point of view of the mapping exercise, you need to create a very, very clear auditable map. It should show where is the data coming from, where is it getting processed, where is it getting used, what are the decisions made, what are the means or how these decisions are made, where after making the decision the data goes as an outcome, and how is it being taken care of at that outcome, and ensure that the privacy of the personal data is maintained there. So that's about the basic data mapping when it comes to AI and ADM. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my channel and share feedback in the comment section. Thank you.